Hey groupies, welcome back to Form of Therapy here on the Culture Study. I'm the channel's video producer and your host. You can call me PD. And today we are checking out Obliviate by Lovelyz. Lovelyz is back with, I think, a title track comeback that is going to be a little bit different than what they usually do. Based on just this title alone, Obliviate, it gives off a much more darker, perhaps a much more intense vibe. So perhaps we're going to see Lovelyz do a concept that goes against their usual style, maybe. Now, before we check this out, this video is brought to you by our Patreon. Guys, if you enjoy what we do, you want to support us, head on over to our Patreon. We have live stage variety, drama, reality reactions. Specifically, we've checked out Queendom that had Lovelyz participate in it. If you want to check all that out, that's on our Patreon, but supporting us monetarily is completely optional. Let's just check out Obliviate by Lovelyz, and this is your form of therapy. Ooh, okay. Oh, she looks really good with short hair. Oh, hold on. That is not where I expected that chorus to go. Alright, hold on. I gotta hear that again. Wow. I love this pre-chorus build-up. Oh, this is catchy. Ooh, 류수정. Oh. Whoa, that shit. Whoa. Oh, that change up. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, they ended this in the most frustrating way possible, but I admire them for it. Okay, so the thing that frustrated me about the ending for that was perhaps, well, the fact that we didn't get one more of the hook in that chorus, the something down, down, down. Like, I wish that hook is so catchy. That hook is so catchy. This is not what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting when I was thinking Lovelyz is going to be doing a darker concept. So I'm not like a huge Lovelyz fan. So correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't been following Lovelyz since their debut. I haven't. So based on what I've seen a lot of their comebacks, but I don't think I've ever seen them do a darker comeback, sort of like this darker, sinister, somewhat sexy. Like, this isn't sexy by any traditional means, but I think for Lovelyz, it's pretty sexy compared to what they usually do, which is a lot more of a lighthearted affair. So I've seen a handful of their title tracks, but I've never seen them do something that's like dark and sexy. Please let me know if you're a Lovelyz fan. Is this the first time they're doing something like this, or have they done something like this before for a title track promotion? Now, I watched Queendom, and I know that Lovelyz have wanted to try something different and do something different. And in my opinion, on Queendom, they missed the target with they covered, I think, Brown Eyed Girls' was it Sign, or it was something like that. They covered a Brown Eyed Girls song, and it kind of didn't work. It missed the target. But here, I think this works for them really, really well. And I think what didn't work with the Brown Eyed Girls cover that works here, Obliviate is not too dark. It's not too girl crush. It's not too, like, it's not a drastic change up. In fact, this just feels like a very natural progression in Lovelyz's music, and I want to give props to whoever their A&R team was, like whoever their producer was that very carefully orchestrated this transition into a quote-unquote darker sound. Because if you think about it, this isn't necessarily that dark either. I think if you paired this with a different music video, this might not even be dark. If you paired this with like a more slower romantic video, this would just be seen as a catchy pop track, maybe a little bit more on the kind of slower side, maybe. But I feel like Lovelyz, they do stuff that's like very magical, and I would say Obliviate is a little bit different. Like whereas they usually go something that's really high, they go lower this time. But again, like I'm saying, the transition, it doesn't seem wild to me, even though I personally have never seen Lovelyz pull off a dark concept before. Watching this, I don't think, oh, this is different for Lovelyz, or oh, this doesn't work. I just think, oh, this seems like a natural progression. It's like something they haven't done before, but it feels like intuitive to them, and not many groups can pull off that progression. And I think Lovelyz did a wonderful job. And I think one of the biggest things that helps them pull that off is, one, that pre-chorus. One of, I think, Lovelyz's biggest strength is it has to be the fact that they do very beautiful music, music with like a lot of swelling, very beautiful orchestral type instruments, and their singers are really, really good singers. If we go back here, several of their singers, the way, especially Kay, the way they sing, they do not train K-pop singers like this anymore. This is a very old sensibility of female K-pop trainees. I feel like A-Pink, G-Friends, it's almost like a by forgotten era that they make music like this, or song melodies are written like this, or they sing in a certain way. They were just trained differently because they were meant to go for a more vocally focused, more with a lot more like epicness coming from their chest when they sing. And so they don't kind of do that anymore, and that's why they necessarily didn't do music like this before, because it's just not a natural fit for their voices. But I think whoever was the producer on this actually did a wonderful job in pulling that off. But yeah, I think that pre-chorus, it sounds very magical. It's very whimsical. I think that pulls it off very well. And then let's listen to this chorus.
기억 속 널 삼킨다 Baby it's baby it's 너를 잊는다 Baby it's baby it's 보내줄게 이제 안녕 너를
Even that part, na 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 na, that they don't do that anymore.
가득하지 넌 영원히 날 모두 잊는다
And then this drop down. This is so catchy.
Don't tear me down, down, stop me down, down, stop me down, down, stop me all day long. Let me down, down, stop me down, down, stop it. 영원히 널 모두 잊는다.
I think the lyrics go down, down, let me down, down, stop it, down, down. I love it. It's so catchy. And it's this kind of K-pop hook. A lot of this song, and this is not an insult to Lovelyz. Please take this as a compliment, but this kind of sounds like their music hasn't changed since they debuted, and I mean that in the best way of like the catchiness of that hook, the catchiness of that melody. That's a very early 2010s type of hook. This song sounds like it's from, honestly, somewhere between 2010 and 2013. It sounds like an older K-pop song, and I mean that in the best way possible. I find it refreshing, especially in this landscape. I feel like K-pop girl groups, we're doing a lot of girl crush, but also like even when we do have cuter groups, there's a lot of talk singing or a lot of cutesy rappers. Not a lot of K-pop groups are doing very soulful pop music like this. And so I think Lovelyz did a actually phenomenal job. I think definitely this sounding retro and bringing that retro back into vogue kind of gives this an extra bump up in points as well. I would say this song is like a solid 8 or 9 out of 10. I would definitely have to listen to it more than the one time, but you have a catchy hook, you have amazing singers. I can't quite remember the verses that much. They're not as memorable as that catchy chorus, but that might also be because that chorus is just extremely catchy. I think upon a few listens that might change, but I personally think this is incredibly good. But the question is, what do you think? What do you think of Obliviate by Lovelyz? Guys, thank you very much for watching our video. I really appreciate your guys' support. If you guys would like to support this channel, remember, visit us at patreon.com/formatherapy. Smash that like button. Go ahead and leave a comment and let us know what you thought about the video. Hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be notified when we upload a new video. And check out all our other videos over here. And I'll see you guys later.